Squier recently announced their new Sonic series, which includes this pink Hardtail single humbucker Stratocaster, which got me very excited because it reminds me of my first guitar, an orange Hardtail single humbucker Stratocaster, Squier's Bullet Special from the early 2000s. These are pretty rare to find now, especially in original condition, which mine certainly is not. This is the instrument on which I not only learned to play guitar, but also how to perform guitar modifications. Swapping tuners, changing pickups. I bought a router to convert this body to accept an HSH arrangement, wired in new controls, and changed the top mount bridge to a string through. This was all done to a questionable level of competency because it was just teenage Colin figuring stuff out. But seeing Squier's new Sonic Strat makes me want to convert this back to a single humbucker guitar and perhaps even fix some of my mess along the way. The first thing I need to decide is which humbucker I want to be this guitar's only pickup. Rummaging through my humbucker collection yielded a few options. A Gibson 500T Super Ceramic extracted from my gold top Les Paul. This BC Richbucker, which was by far the best part of the guitar it originally resided in. A chrome covered Wizard humbucker which I've never found a permanent home for, or I could stick with the incorrectly spaced Seymour Duncan Invader I've had in this guitar for years. In the end, I came across an early version of my own Super 10 humbucker with zebra coils, which was in desperate need of renovation. This was the ideal opportunity to remove the original blue masking tape and update the lead wire to my present colour scheme. These coils predate my motorised winder, so this pickup was wound on my makeshift hand-cranked coil winding rig. With over 6,000 turns on each coil, that's a lot of cranking. That DIY vibe seems an appropriate match for the Squier. This is wired into a new 3-ply black pickguard with one volume control, just as this guitar would have originally left the factory in 2003, except with higher quality components, a 500k CTS potentiometer and a Switchcraft output jack. And here's what that Squier looks like now with the pickguard in place. It feels like a significant improvement. I've also polished up the frets, rounded over the fretboard edges a little, and installed some low-friction Graphtec string trees. I've strung this up with a set of D'Addario 11s and tuned it down to drop C, which seems appropriate for the kind of music I was listening to 20 years ago. I'm very happy to have this 20-year-old Squier Bullet back in the fold of guitars that I use all the time. This is still one of the easiest to play instruments in my collection and just goes to show how great even a cheap guitar can be. I'd love to check out the new Squier Sonic Hardtail Strat to see how it compares to this, because this was a fantastic first instrument and I'd love guitar players today to have the same opportunity to play something as inspirational as this was. If you've liked this video, then you may want to consider supporting me on Patreon. Your contribution there helps lessen my reliance on sponsors and ad revenue, allowing me the ability to make the kind of content we all want to see. Don't forget to click all the buttons you're supposed to make this video viable to the ever-changing whims of the YouTube algorithm. That's all for now. Keep it loud and stay safe.
And I see you now on Devo, semi-naked pictures taken by a slave with the camera. I really wish that he would love you like I do, but he don't, 'cause he's a police. He's just a police.